Okay, so hello and welcome. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing pretty good. I was doing troubleshooting for like half an hour. Installing the game Heart of Winter. We're going to be playing Icewind Dale Heart of Winter. I have installed that, as well as the original Icewind Dale, because I was running off of an old installation of the game for a prior installation of Windows, so I didn't recognize that it was installed. So I had to install Heart of Winter. I also have Trials of the Luremaster installed, which is a patch / mini expansion to the game, which Black Isle released, which adds like another dungeon, I think, or another little quest for you to go on. So yes, let me just get this started. Okay, audio is a little, well, it's about the same for you. I have lowered it temporarily because I haven't been able to modify the audio levels. Actually, come to think of it, I could do that. Let me just load the game. And you'll see, ooh, fancy. Things are running in like a higher resolution. It's amazing. Okay, there we go. Now, that's a little jittery. Let me turn those off. No, that causes graphical issues. There's all these little things which go wrong with the game. Anyway, we are running the expansion now. So, right. So, yes, I have installed I have copied over a save file from our previous game. This is before we climb the stairs here up to Quelyn. Because the expansion for this is not based off of the end of the original game. It's like a separate thing which you do before you reach the end of the original game. So, that reminds me, I didn't do a thing! Hold on. I didn't increase the volume. Okay, cool. And it didn't crash.
That sounds reasonable.
Still feels a little sluggish. I might have to fiddle with things in the meantime, off stream, but we'll see. Actually, no, you don't have your...
I am prepared.
No, they are. Oh, look at that! Hey! Amazing! With the expansion comes a actual model for a female gnome. Amazing, incredible. We have the rest of our party and all of their equipment.
Yes? Let me know what you want. Agreed.
It's so wonderful. It took all Baldur's Gate and all Icewind Dale for them to be able to make, I assume, female models for female dwarves and gnomes.
Acknowledged.
Not just using the male dwarf model for all of them. Oh well. So if we're going to play through the expansion, I'm probably not going to play through the end of the game again. I'm looking at Meiji's inventory and all of these items here. Hey, you can memorize those now. Nice. Okay, we're going to be memorizing spells. One moment. Memorize. Okay. Memorize that. Because the way we do the expansion is we have to go back to Kaldahar, and there is a house which we go into, and that will lead us to the expansion content. I guess a bit of a janky way to do things, but the expansion for Baldur's Gate, which I do mean to play through, be handled in a similar way. Okay, that's all fine. Don't quit.
I await your orders.
Anyway.
My duty is clear. That sounds reasonable.
The game feels slow. I might have to let it use more memory or something to change a setting in the config file or something. I thought I did, but oh well. Anyway, let's go to Kaldahar.
Yes.
Okay, now the house I think we need to go to is this one here. I tried to go in here previously, but it was locked and I couldn't pick the lock. Oh, also our shields have changed. They're not the square ones anymore. They're these long ones. The character models on here actually remind me more of Baldur's Gate 2 than Baldur's Gate, but they're kind of a halfway point between the two. This is still the original CD version. Anyway, no. Let me make a save. Expansion begin.
By Tempest, the vision speaks true. You are the heroes from my dreams.
Okay. Shoulder. Do I know you? What are you talking about? You must have us confused with some other heroes. Farewell. Do I know you?
Our paths have not crossed until this day. I am Yoldair, son to Refric, elder and shaman to the tribe of the bear.
Okay. What's the tribesman doing in Kaldahar?
The vision is why I have come to this place. Tempest has guided me to you.
Why?
This I cannot say. I know only that the storm of war darkens the skies of my homeland. My people are gathering in numbers greater than any have seen for generations. A king, both new and old, has risen to lead the tribes against the 10 towns. Already, the first snows of winter bear the dark stains of spilt blood.
Okay, tell us more of this new and old king.
Wolfdane is his name. He was a great warrior from an elder tribe who was slain in battle on the eve of last season. Now his body has returned from death's halls to lead my people once more as king.
Okay, came back from the grave. What kind of undead monster is this king of yours? Interesting, but I don't see what any of this has to do with us. I have had enough. Go spin your yarns at the tavern if you like. We've got better things to do. What kind of undead creature is he?
Wolfdane's flesh is but a vessel, a borrowed tool. The spirit of the new king is much, much older than the form it now inhabits. It is said that the spirit of Jerrod governs his body. It is this claim that has fueled the fires of vengeance among my people.
Jerrod? Isn't he the barbarian hero entombed beneath the temple in Easthaven?
The same. You know our history well. Now, after centuries of imprisonment, Jerrod's spirit is free and rallies the tribes once more in a common cause.
I see. So what can we do to help? If this Jerrod was such a great hero, surely his cause must be just. So why are you here? The ghost of one of your ancestors leading your people to war? Forgive me if I don't believe you. Then why are you here?
You must understand. I have read the signs. Tempest will not favor either side in the coming battles. Both my people and those of the towns shall be haunted by countless deaths without honor. I have cast my spirit into the nether realm in search of a way to prevent what must not be. My vision quest led me here to find you. You are the answer I seek.
Okay, and what can we do to help?
You must come to Hengoro, to the great mead hall where the tribes have gathered. You alone can forestall the war between our peoples.
Okay.
I am honored by your choice. The journey is a long one, and our quest is urgent. I shall summon the wind to carry us through the mountains and over the tundra.
Okay, it's not like we've got any pressing business here, but I'm sure McQuillan can wait patiently.
Know this. Should you wish to return to this place, it is within my power to bring you back. But walking upon the wind taxes one's spirit greatly. It may be days before I can make the journey again. Now, are you prepared to depart?
Yeah, sure. Whoop.
Time. Within its swirling mists lies the knowledge of all things, past and future, endings and beginnings. It is all here, hidden from view, waiting to be revealed to those who have eyes to see. Far to the north, beyond the wind-swept peaks of the spine of the world, beyond the realms of men who call themselves civilized, dwell a people whose way of life is built upon the gift of sight. Among the tribes of the Uthgard, the visions of a shaman serve to guide his people through the fog of an uncertain future. So it was with Yoldair, elder and shaman to the tribe of the Bear. For it was his visions that foretold the return of a slain king, awakened from the halls of death by a spirit consumed by vengeance. His vision carried him across the tundra to a place where men built their homes beneath an ancient oak with branches that stretched skywards to embrace the clouds. It is here that his vision showed him the faces of the strangers that would journey far across a sea of ice and snow. To the frozen north, these heroes would come, drawn into a twisted maze of shared destinies that would lead us all into the cold and terrible heart of winter.
We have arrived outside the settlement your people call Lonelywood. Of the 10 towns, it is the nearest to my people's homeland, and will no doubt fall first if my people heed Wulfdane's call to war. Now I must leave you, for I am not welcome among the homes of these southerners.
You're leaving? I thought you were supposed to take us to this mead hall of yours.
Though we journey towards the same destination, our paths are not one. My place is at the side of my king. Already I have been gone too long. From here, you must go alone. The people of this town will know the way to the camp of my people. Travel swiftly and safely. We shall meet again when you stand before the council in the great mead hall.
Okay. And off we go. Okay. I'd be lying if I was saying that every moment I'm expecting something to happen, and I have to postpone it. It just makes me nervous a bit, these old games. Okay, here we are.
Understood.
Let's see, what have we got around here? Again, this is wholly new content to me. I've not seen this before. My Unbelief's wicked cloak. Oh, a sailor's life for me. Arr, mateys, how you be doing? The name's Ned, young Ned. I be the sharpest sailor around these parts. Who be ye? My name is Arala. What do you do in Lonelywood? What do you know about Lonelywood and the barbarian threat? Are you related to old Jed, the fisherman from East Haven? Aye, he be mother's brother, and he be the feistiest bastard and the toughest sailor in these parts. At least he used to be. How's the old piece of sun-baked whale blubber doing these days anyhow? To tell the truth, he's an old drunk wasting away in his hut. He's doing fine. Yeah, he's not doing too well. Oh, that makes me just about the proudest nephew in Icewind Dale. Humbly willing, I hope I be half that drunk when I turn old. Great. What do you know about Lonelywood and the barbarian threat? Oh, I know bits and pieces. Haven't heard much good gossip lately, but I can tell you that the 3Ds be rubbing Emmerich's fur the wrong way recently. 3Ds? Aye, Dingbat, Dumbbutt, and whatever that other one be called. They be thugs, the worst kind of scum. Emmerich knows they be up to no good. Only a matter of time, says I. Okay, thanks. Good talk, maybe. I don't know. Now, I think there's a, somewhere around here where you can actually get started on the, other expansion. Trials of the Luremaster? I don't know where that's begun here. My brother's stuck in the well. The stone well descends into blackness. Oh. Help me, please. My brother and I were playing and he fell down the well. I think he's hurt. Fell down the well? What happened? My name's Haley Dunn. I dared my brother to climb down the well and he did, but he slipped. I heard him fall. Please help him. The well looks too narrow for me to climb down. Perhaps I could lower you down to get your brother. I have no rope. I shall see if I can get help at once. 50-50 chance that this kid's just playing a joke on me. Perhaps I can lower you down to get your brother. No! Please no, it's really dark down there and... It's silent in the well. Why does your brother not cry out for aid? I think he's hurt too bad, so he can't speak. After he fell, he cried out, but I haven't heard him in a while. Now I'll get some rope. Father has a rope, he can get my brother out. Which house is his? It's on the far north side of town in the eastern corner, next to the woods. Okay. Hey there.
Acknowledged.
This is a nice place. Welcome, travelers, to the Golden Lodge, Shrine to Joaquin. I am Grand Sindar Quinn Silverfinger, but my friends just call me Quinn. What can I do for you on this fine chilly day? What do you do here? Well, I do what all good priests of Joaquin do. I maintain relations with the craftsmen in town, monitor trade, and provide encouragement to enterprising businessmen. What do you know about Lonelywood and the barbarian threat? Not much. All I know is that buffoon of a man, Baldur, is probably handling the situation with the political grace of a walrus. Why do you believe that? Baldur is a country-grown man, simple as dirt. He likes to think he's above everyone else because he's got some coin. Someday I'd like to see a smart halfling come in here and show those bumpkins a thing or two about how to run a small town. Okay, what services do you have? Ooh, you have a bunch of items. And I can sell you all my stuff. You're not picky at all. Great. I wonder if any of my equipment has changed with the expansion and the patches I've applied. Amoldator's legacy. This shiny brass sword is extremely old, dating back at least 3,000 years before Dale Reckoning. It was created by a Netherese archmage named Poldinus as a gift to a warrior friend. This friend, Calamnin, was a strict devotee to Amoldator, a harsh, unforgiving god now almost forgotten by sages. Amoldator was the god of law and the god of the sun. He required his servants to follow his edicts exactly. Calamnin did his best to observe Amoldator's laws in his travels. The blade was lost when Calamnin was killed in battle by dozens of Nicodemons. Nicodemons? The sorcerer who summoned the creatures, Yulmundi, kept the blade in his family until the fall of Netheril. We did come across a temple to Amoldator in Baldur's Gate 2, Shadow of Arm. We remember that's where we fought a whole bunch of shades and rescued Mazzy Fenton, the sole survivor of her adventuring party from there. I think Amoldator might actually be a god who is now around in current D&D edition. I think he might have come back. Damage 2d4 plus 3, Thaco plus 3. Special additional 2d4 plus 3 fire damage against undead. 5% chance of Beltin's burning blood on hit. Casts Sunray once per day. It is a great sword, not usable by chaotic creatures. Okay. So our paladin could use that, but it is a greatsword. Speed factor is 1. That's actually pretty damn good. 48,000 gold pieces, though. You also see this 1 here. This means that they have 1 of that in stock. That's quite a lot. We do have enough to purchase that. Flail of May. A gift to the cruel warrior Eled the Desecrator. This flail appears to be mundane in most respects. The only unusual thing about the construction of the weapon is the fact that its head is made from solid granite. Eled was a champion of the evil races, and he defended them whenever the races in question had enough gold to spare. One such group of evildoers was a group of Madar and Medusae that paid Eled with this flail. Eled used the weapon with frightening efficiency for the rest of his days. I'm not sure what a Madar is. Maenad? Is that like a nymph-type creature, maybe? Or something like that? Thaco, 1d6 plus 4. No, damage, 1d6 plus 4. Thaco, 1 plus 3. Damage is crushing. Special, 5% chance to cast flesh to stone on target. Speed factor 3. That's pretty nice. Though, I don't remember that. Now, in original Icewind Dale, turning a creature from flesh to stone did not actually destroy their equipment. That might not be the case in any of them, but I bring... Pardon me. In consequence, this hammer was made by a self-styled prophet of providential rejection. His name was Philip, and he believed that the actions of the individual were of no consequence to the fate of humanity as a whole. As a result, he rejected concepts of good and evil, instead adopting an attitude of enforced indifference and abstention from social, moral, and political activity. The hammer he carried with him was used to pound on the doors of churches, what he called the dens of fools and mindless men. Damage 1d4 plus 4 plus 5 versus good and evil creatures. Thaco plus 3 plus 4 versus good and evil creatures. Speed factor is 1. It is a hammer. Okay. Right. Someone was a mission. Kinetic Spear. A philosopher named Gideon the Believer was the creator of this weapon. He claimed that there were natural currents of energy that existed throughout the world. To tap into the power behind these currents, Gideon stated a wizard simply needed to understand how they functioned. Once he or she understood the flow of energy, he or she could theoretically draw power from it through spellcasting or through a focus device. When Gideon's laboratory was destroyed by a colossal explosion in 1010 DR, this spear was one of the only items that survived. The spear guides itself along natural lines of energy as it veers towards its targets. Rarely, the spear will tap into a line of latent power and cause it to explode in a shaft of violent force. 1d8 plus 2, Thaco plus 2, piercing. 5% of all hits initiate a lance of disruption upon the target. Speed factor is 6. What's this? 3 white doves. An extremely unusual mace. 3 white doves was created by an Ilmartarian priest named Aladek in 850 DR. Aladek had been a fighting priest for the Order for 20 years, and he decided it was time to leave a legacy for the church to use after he passed away. This ivory-headed mace was the result. The shaft of the weapon is made from black enameled steel, with the handle being crafted of carved ivory. Gold bands lock the head and the handle in place. The head itself is the most unusual part of the mace. It is carved from pure ivory, and it resembles 3 white doves facing the center of the weapon. The flared wings of the doves form the flanges. Aladek died in his sleep 3 years after completing the mace. It was given to a traveling fighter in service of the Church of Ilmatar. The fighter later passed the weapon on to a priest of Ilmatar named Reckon the Bold. Reckon lost the weapon when he was fighting a powerful vampire near Trollbark Forest. Reckon was eventually victorious over the vampire, but he never recovered the mace. Damage 1d6 plus 4, Thaco plus 3. Crushing double damage against undead and outer planar creatures. Undead, 1 to 4 hit dice, automatically destroyed. 5 hit dice, 95% chance of being destroyed, 80%, 65, 50, 35, 20%, outer planar creatures, 5% chance of being destroyed. Speed factor is 4. That's pretty nice. It's like the Mace of Disruption I think we got in Baldur's Gate 2. And a partridge in a pear tree. Yeah. May as well have. Just like 1% chance that someone's a pigeon. Also, again, thank you very much for people's patience for during the whole installation and troubleshooting process. 4 speed factor. Okay, I mean, we could maybe get that for our cleric. Force bullet. A popular weapon among priests, force bullets allow the user to restrain opponents without causing excessive harm. They are particularly well liked by the churches of Helm, Eldath, and Ilmater. 1d4 plus 3. Target must save versus spell or be affected by Otterlook's Resilient Sphere. Okay, right. It just, like, takes them out of the fight for a battle, for a time. Joaquin's Defender. A number of these shields can be found in Joaquina temples throughout Faerun. The church crafts these shields to sell to enterprising adventurers. In exchange for the powers of the device, the bearer is required to keep the front of the shield uncovered and in its original state. If the owner does not comply, the shield's powers fail. In this way, dozens of adventurers walk the realm bearing the golden face of Joaquin on their arm. Armor class bonus, 3. Saving throw bonus, 2. Magic resistance, 10%. That's pretty nice, actually. It doesn't say what type of shield it is. I guess a medium shield? Leather armor. Oh no, oil of second chances. Priests of Tymora produce this unique type of oil in abundance, but often sell it so quickly that adventurers become furious when they cannot procure it. Priests of other faiths often keep such potions in reserve if they cannot use their magic to remove a curse. Enemies of the Tymoran faith, such as the ill-wished Bishabans, searching for a way to make a similar potion that compounds the effects of a magical curse. Yeah, Tymora is the Lady Luck, priest of the goddess of luck, whereas Bishaba is the goddess of ill fortune or bad luck. Target has removed curse, bless, and luck cast upon them. Takes a full round to use. Leather armor plus 2, studded leather armor plus 1, chainmail plus 2, plate mail plus 1, braces of defense AC 6, rings of protection, high quality two-handed swords, hammers, maces. They got good equipment here in this place. Oh, scroll cases, amazing! I will buy them, please. Only one, that's good enough. Thank you, expansions. Now, that doesn't make them lighter, but being able to store them in cases, so handy. Shove everything in there, please. Container's full. Well, that's fine. It's serving its purpose. Okay. That's fine. Pardon me.
Ahead. Understood.
Let me have a look at what you got again. Right, so I'm wearing that armor, which I have to take off every time I want to cast a spell. I'm fine with doing that, so I think I'm going to sell this Elven Chainmail of the Hand. I can sell this Ring of Sanctuary. We can sell Demon's Breath. Short Sword of Health. Ooh, now there's a thing. Hang on, hold on. Also, new sound effects. Can I dual wield in this? No, I cannot. Sad times. Okay. This is poison, save versus death for none. This is 50% chance to heal when you hit +4 short sword. I guess I'll have that on you at the moment. We also have this. Bonus versus salamanders. That's a large sword. New sound effects. What? No! Don't do that to me. No! Oh, I've done the terrible thing. Oh, man. Ah! They made it so that the mithril field plate armor counts as like for decreasing your armor class, so I can't stack it with the ring of greater resistance. Oh. Sucky. Damn it. Stupid developers taking away fun things. No. Yeah. I'm worried about touching any of my other equipment. Hold on. So if I take off this, can I put it back on? I can. Okay, good. What about this? Yes. Yes, 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 and yes. Okay, good. So everything you're wearing is fine. Because you've got this belt which gives your strength to 19. Your strength is 21. That increases it by 1. How are you getting 21 strength? Oh, the large shield of strength. That's increasing your strength by... So you've just got 21 strength all the time. That's fine. Very strong gnome. You can wield that. -7, I guess, is all right. Oh, just keep those, I guess. Shakes head. What have you got? You've got the Cloak of Protection +2, which is fine. And you've got Ring of Aura Transfusion. Increased regeneration. Actually, no, you don't need to wear that. That's like regeneration for -2 of the other things. Yeah, it's not really worth it. Have these rings. So you've got these. That doesn't help. Might be the laurels, which counting. No? Mantle of the Coming Storm? Okay, there we go. So if I take that off, that gives you that gives you 3. That's 2, 2. This is 2 with protection, save versus spells and crushing resistance. I think I'll have that on. Hang on, how much does that give? 3 save versus spell. This is 2 bonus. That would give you saving throw +2 for everything. That's just versus spells. That doesn't do anything for you. All cold damage inflicted by the character is increased by 15%. It's still cursed. But I'm fine having you wearing that. I guess I'll have you have you hold on to that for the moment. These things, I don't think I need them anymore. I don't want to drop them because they're quest imported items, but I think I used them to get up the stairs, but I'm not probably going to go back and... I don't know, my opinion on that might change by the end, so I guess I'll hold on to them until then. Maybe we'll get a bag of holding, and I'll be able to put them in that. You're not actually holding on to your stuff. It's not lining up with your model. What's this? No. Oh, right. Yeah, that's usable by mages. Sure, that makes... Yeah. Yep. Okay, so I guess I can sell that as well. What have you got? Strength +2. That's fine. And this. +2 save versus spells. Ring of Lesser Resistance. That's fine too. You probably can't wear the cloak either. No. Okay, you won't be able to because you've got that. Okay, okay.
Your command?
Anything changed with your spell books? No. What about you? Oh, you get harm spells now. Cause light wounds. It's not a useful spell, really. I mean, it is kind of... It's, you know, it deals 8 points of damage. But it's touch range. It cannot be cast by good characters. Has no effect on undead, constructs, or extraplanar creatures. I wonder if it actually heals them. It doesn't say so. Any other new spells? Yes, there are. Cause disease. The spell afflicts one creature the priest touches with a disease that saps the strength of saps a target of 5 to 20 points of strength. A saving throw versus spell will negate the effects. This spell has no effect on undead constructs or extraplanar creatures. Cannot be cast by good characters. You could kill someone by draining their strength to 0. I don't know whether that would affect the opponents though. I'd assume so. What's this? Exaltation. Enables a priest to aid and protect any one being other than the priest. By touch, the cast removes the effects of fear, sleep, feeble-mindedness, unconsciousness, intoxication, as well as berserk and confused states of mind. In addition, the recipient is protected against spells and other attacks that cause these effects for the duration of the spell. That's useful. Circle of Bones. Conjures forth a barrier of floating bones that spin rapidly around the caster. Anyone entering their path takes 1d6 crushing damage and 1d6 slashing damage per round. Caster cannot move for the duration of the spell. Cannot be cast by good characters. Holy Smite. Calls upon the energy from the plane of brilliance and opens a channel between it and the targets. Any evil creatures within the area of effect take 1d6 damage for every 2 levels of the caster with a save versus spell for half. Maximum 5d6 damage. In addition, if victims fail their save, they are blinded for 1 round. Unholy Blight. Calls upon energy from the negative material plane and opens a channel between it and the targets. Any creatures of good alignment within the area of effect take 1d6 damage for every 2 levels of the caster, with a save versus spell for half, maximum 5d6 damage. In addition, if the victims fail their save, they suffer -2 to hit, damage, and saving throws for 3 rounds. It and targets. Any creatures of good alignment. Ah, okay. What have you got here? Cause serious wounds. Let me see here. You got prayer. Get invisibility purge. And get one of those. What's this? Unfailing endurance. This spell restores the stamina of the creature touched, bringing back the energy lost from a day and a half of exertion. Note that this may not be sufficient to bring a character out of the fatigued state. You mean if they have more than a day and a half of exertion? I wonder how much exertion the haste spell gives you. What do you get here? Shield of Lathander. This spell grants a target immunity to damage for the duration of the spell. Evil creatures cannot be protected by Shield of Lathander. Only non-evil characters can cast a Shield of Lathander. What's your alignment? Lawful neutral. Okay. Wait, what's that do again? Target immunity to damage. Ooh, that's actually pretty nice. Slay living. Forces the target of the spell to save versus death or be instantly killed. Greater command. Command all enemy creatures within the area of effect to die, sleep. Okay, yeah, it's like... Undead ward. Any undead creatures entering the area of effect is affected as if turned by the priest that casts a spell. If the turning fails, the undead creature is immune to further turning attempts by the spell unless it leaves and re-enters the area of effect. Magic resistance. Grants the recipient a magic resistance bonus of 2% per level of the caster up to a maximum of 40%. This effect will last for the duration of the spell, or, ironically enough, until dispelled. Very good. Entropy shield. Yeah, that was one in the original. Blade barrier. Conjures forth a wall of circling razor-sharp blades that whirl and flash around the caster, creating an immobile barrier. Any creature attempting to pass through the blade barrier suffers 8d8 points of damage, with a saving throw for half damage. Caster is immobile. Spiritual Wrath. Priest becomes a focus of spiritual energy, which then shoots out from the caster in 4 directions, like lightning bolts. Caster specifies the direction of one of the bolts, and the other bolts shoot opposite and perpendicular to that direction, completing a cross-shaped pattern. All creatures in the bolt's path take 6 to 42 points of magic damage, save for half. Creatures of the same moral alignment, good, neutral, evil, as the caster, are unaffected by the spell. Okay, so all neutral creatures wouldn't be affected by it. That's actually pretty good, because I think most creatures are either good or evil. Most would be evil. So I think few creatures would be neutral. We'll get the heal, though.
I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Understood.
What's here? Your bedroom, perhaps, or something? Yes, just... These shelves are crammed with books dealing with trade and commerce. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, there's like some slowdown in this. I'm gonna have to fiddle around with the settings. Environment looks nice. Hello? What do you want? Who are you? I'm Jamelia Smithson. I work for the Costa. The trading Costa. What do you know about Lonelywood and the barbarian threat? Nothing. I don't have no information for you. I'm not from around here. Okay. Oh, let's look at the map. There we are. That is a big mountain. Okay. We'll go for another 20 minutes, I think. This will be a short entry for the beginning of the expansion, but I had some extra time, so I wanted to get onto it. Well met, strangers. What can I do for you? Who are you? My name is Emmerich Hawk. Who might you be? I'm Mirala. What do you do for a living? I'm a bowyer by trade. I craft bows for trade with a few caravans that find their way up here to Lonelywood. It's not much, but it's an honest living. Besides, it allows me the freedom to pursue my true calling. What's that? I am what you might call the caretaker of these woods. I keep an eye on the local hunters and loggers to make sure that they do not take more than the forest is willing to offer. You're some kind of guardian of the forest. Guardian? Perhaps once I may have been worthy of such a role, before I lost the favor of the forest father, but now that he has taken his blessing from me, I'm just another man that lives in the shadow of the forests. You know, who's this forest father? Forest Father is the eternal guardian of the forest. He is the god of all wild and untamed nature throughout Faerun. Priests and druids of the realm call him Sylvanus, though he is known by many names. Why have you fallen from favor? Ever since the 3 brothers arrived in town, trapping in the forest has been out of control. Despite my best efforts, I have been unable to stop them. Now the Forest Father is punishing me for my failure. What makes you say that? 3 days ago, while walking in the woods, I encountered a great white wolf. Such beasts are very rare, and are considered to be some of the sacred protectors of the forest. In an instant, the wolf was upon me. I searched desperately for a way to escape, but the beast was relentless in its fury. Before I could react, it pounced on me, sinking its fangs deep into the exposed flesh just above my collar. You could say neck. What happened next? The weight of the massive wolf had me pinned to the ground, but I somehow managed to wriggle my left arm free enough to slip the dagger from my boot. Just as the beast's powerful jaws began to tighten around my neck, I buried the dagger in its belly. Did you kill it? No, but the cut was deep enough to save my life. The wounded beast ceased its attack and bounded away into the forest, leaving me barely conscious in the pool of my own blood. I should have died that day. I know that now. The wolf was the manifestation of the Forest Father's vengeance. The fact that I survived has only served to anger him further. That is why he punishes me by denying his blessings. Okay. What can you tell me of the barbarian threat? For the past week or so, droves of barbarians have been spotted moving steadily southward towards the Ten Towns. It is much too late in the season for the tribes to be following the migration of the reindeer herd. I fear their presence here could only mean one thing: war. We've heard the barbarians have a camp nearby. Do you know where it is? I've noticed that eastern edge of the forest has been unusually quiet these past few days, almost as if something has driven the animals out. If there is a barbarian camp out there, it probably lies somewhere to the east of the forest, perhaps hidden upon the rocky shelves of Bremen's Run. Okay. What do you know about the town? I'm not really one for the gossip. You see, I spend most of my time outside the town looking after the forest. Okay. What have you got to sell? Stormbow. This weapon is holy to warriors in the service of Talos, god of storms and destruction, and has seen decades of use in their capable hands. A short bow made of many composite layers of wood, the Stormbow has been used against the myriad enemies of the Church of Talos. Most recently, the bow was in possession of a storm knight named Calasson Brevard, who was killed after striking down a number of rangers and druids in the Moonshae Isles. Damage +3, Thaco +2. User can invoke a storm shell on herself once per day. Speed factor of 3. Oh, I was hoping it would turn all the shots fired by it into lightning bolts. Don't know what storm shell does. Lightning damage to anyone who hits you? That is a short bow, so that could be useful for our thief. Arrows of biting, that's nice. Piercing, bolts, dart of wounding, goblin arrows, what's that? These arrows are known less for their damaging power than they are for their annoying summoning power. Invented by a black-hearted gnome named Turbar Talinbar, the goblin arrows are commonly found in the quivers of mischievous halflings and elves. Several adventuring companies use the goblin arrows before launching any major attacks. Oh, right. 1d6 +1, Thaco +1. On a successful hit, a goblin is summoned next to the target. Poor goblins! It just... Okay, fine. Whatever.
I am prepared. I hope.
You'd almost think that the goblins have kind of a justification for their constant raiding and harassing of towns with how they're treated.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah, well. What do you want? If you're looking for a ride, tough luck. We're not going anywhere for a while. Who are you? I'm Raleigh Galloway, caravan master for the Galloway Trading Costa. I think we've heard that name before. Galloway Trading Costa. Have we? Is that from Baldur's Gate, or am I thinking of something from Icewind Dale 2? Me and my men are stuck here because of those idiot savages out on Bremen's Run. What's a trading Costa? It's a collection of businessmen who band together for mutual support. Unlike trading houses, Costas generally don't have much to do with family, just making money. Okay, what do you know about the barbarians? I already said everything I know. Barbarians are out on Bremen's Run and they're not going anywhere. You want to find out more? Go ask the hairy bastards yourself. It's just a few miles to the east of here. Is there any other way out of Lonelywood? This time of year is what we Icewind Dale locals like to call winter. Look out on the lake. You get past Burial Isle and the whole damn thing's frozen. Any other route is directly over rough land, no trails. What's the Burial Isle? It's the isle out in Mare Dwaldon, where all of the savages bury their dead war heroes. The locals avoid it, as though Merkel himself charged the toll for admission. Okay. I mean, it's probably not good to poke your nose around a island where people bury their dead. So we'll mark that on our schedule and things to go and have a look at. Can I see where the, that's where the barbarians are. Okay. That must be the isle over there. What's up here? Hey ho. My, welcome to Lonelywood, friends. Your faces still look familiar to me. Then again, my eyes aren't what they used to be. Name's Tom. Tom Farrell. Well met. What do you do in Lonelywood? I drink a lot of ale, mostly. Between tankards, I try to earn a living building boats. Small boats, usually. Big ones aren't much use around here. Lots of ice, rocks. What about the boat outside? It's bigger than the others. Oh yeah, I've been working on her for quite a spell. She'll be done in a while. Maybe then young Ned can take you out on the lake. Do it myself, but my eyes aren't too good anymore. So you've said. What do you know about the barbarians? Oh shoot, I never pay much attention to nothing in town. I guess there's some political nonsense going on, but I don't give a hoot. Same goes for this barbarian talk. They aren't gonna do anything. Why do you think that? Those lumpheads out there on the plains be threatening to attack 10 towns for years now. A lot of empty threats, you ask me. Okay, sure.
My duty is clear.
No, just forest. Okay, I can't really go that way. Ever better mind his own damn business. Who are you? Digby. Oh, you're one of these brothers which are causing trouble. Think I had too much to drink last night. What am I saying? There's no such thing, says my brothers. Hey, who are you anyways? Who are you? I'm Digby. I'm a trapper around these parts. Me and my brothers catch all sorts of varmints, skin them and sell them. Of course, it's hard lately now that Emmerich's poking around. What do you know about Emmerich? Emmerich's nothing but a gutless crybaby who likes to poke his nose where it don't belong. Don't like us trapping in the woods. I think he likes animals a little too much, if you get my meaning. What do you know about Lonelywood and barbarians? It's nice. All those barbarians send the animals this way. They run towards the lake and snap. Into the traps they go. Real nice. Okay, bye.
Acknowledged.
Digby says if we catch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more rabbits, we can have a party. Party, haha. Who are you? Dolan. I'm Dolan. My brother's name is Digby, and I have another brother. His name's not Digby, though. It's Dougal. Okay, what do you do here? I catch rabbits in the forest. Sometimes we catch elk, too. And some bears. Sometimes. One time I caught Dougal. Haha, so funny. He didn't laugh, though. Do you know anything about Lonelywood and the barbarians? It's that type of bear. What do you... Okay. They help with the rabbits. They drink the firewater too. They don't let me have it though. If they do, they say I become a crazy bastard. Okay, farewell. Oh, who are you? My name's Arala. I'm Dougal. Me and my brother are the trappers around these parts. Why? What do you know about the barbarians? Don't know nothing about the barbarians. All I know about this town is that it's filled with washed up losers. Be fine though if it weren't for that do-gooder Emmerich. What's wrong with him? Emmerich's this ranger who lives further towards the lake. He acts like he's the law around here. He's just a sniveling brat. Next time he messes with our traps, he'll regret it. Okay. Right. Very good.
My duty is clear.
They got a lot of barrels around the place. I guess they get stuff delivered to them in the barrels and don't see much reason to send them off again. This is a nice place.
Understood.
This must be the mayor's place or something. Hello. Pardon, Thurlow. I beg your pardon, but I do not recall giving you leave to enter my home. I suggest you leave here at once, or I shall be forced to call down my husband to deal with you. Your husband? Yes, my husband, Baldur. I'll never forgive my father for marrying me to such a churlish lout. If he could only see the deplorable conditions I'd be forced to endure as a wife of a second-rate businessman. What sort of business is your husband in? Baldur is a cartwright by trade. He made his fortune by supplying caravan wagons to the trading costers in the region. Judging by the size of your home, I'd say wagon making must be a lucrative business in these parts. He doesn't build wagons any longer. Now that he's been elected to serve as Lonelywood's representative to the Council of the Ten Towns, such menial labour is beneath his station. Where can I find him? Where he always is. Upstairs in his study, scribbling in his ridiculous ledgers. Okay. You mind if I have a look around?
Yes, I'm on it.
Let me just have a look in these rooms. There is something over there. Go the kitchen. I cannot live in such squalor. Okay.
Yes?
Hey,
No problem.
I'll just close this door. And what's in here? Potions, elixirs of health. I guess, sure, whatever. Okay, that's
Let me
fine.
know what you. My duty is clear.
Is there anything in the kitchen? No, nothing in that little side table. No. Okay, upstairs we go. Hello.
That sounds reasonable. I await your orders. Yes.
Okay, right. Bedrooms. Lots of books. Ah, hello. Okay. And a big bed.
Where they at? Will do.
Go over here and have a look at this. What's this? Cancel letter. This official correspondence has been elegantly penned in ink and bears the official seal of the towns of Targos to Lonelywood Council Representative Thurlow. All is proceeding as planned. We have acquired the necessary talent for our venture. Once the final preparations have been made, our man will depart immediately for Lonelywood, expecting to make contact very soon. Remember our discussion. There is much at stake, and we are counting on your cooperation. Do not disappoint us.
Go ahead. Agreed.
Hello. Why, hello there. I heard there were strangers in town. Welcome. Baldur Thurlow at your service. What sort of business brings you to Lonelywood? Is it true that you sit on the Council of the Ten Towns? You've been informed correctly. I am the town's duly elected representative to the council. Why do you ask? Perhaps you can tell us more about the barbarians. I can tell you the situation is grim. The barbarians have raised an army and are marching against the Ten Towns. Our town is cut off from aid, and we can expect no reinforcements in the near future. We've learned that a barbarian camp is nearby. Do you know where it is? Camp, you say? Oh, I'm afraid I don't know anything about that. Okay. We ask somebody else. Okay, that's great. I'll ask you some questions. Okay. You don't know anything else.
Your command?
Good words. It's no, will presumably be useful for something.
My duty is clear.
Hmm.
My duty is clear.
Up here? Again, one of these places I think goes to an extra expansion area for the Trials of the Luremaster, so I don't necessarily want to get started on that. Tybalt
That sounds
done.
reasonable.
Hold on. Be with you in a moment. Just need to set this last piece here. What are you doing? Trying to set this hoop to the barrel before the metal cools, but the damn thing's stubborn. Ah, there it goes. Now, Name's Dunn. Tybalt Dunn. Haven't seen you around before. What do you want? Dunn? Thank the gods I found you. Your son's fallen into the well and needs your help. That's so. Well now, stranger, I'd be worried if I had a son. I fear you've met my daughter. Too much of an imp spirit in her for her own good. She was lying? She's been telling that brothers in the well tale to damn near every visitor to Lonelywood for the past few months. By the gods, that girl been bringing out the furies in me since she was born. Perhaps I should go to speak to Haley about Crying Orc. I see her tale had me worried. Yeah, perhaps I should speak to her about Crying Orc. That damn girl. She was supposed to have been home hours ago to help with these casks. You see her again, tell her to come home or it'll be the birch stick for her. Yeah, I'll go tell her. Yes, well, if there's nothing else you need, I have work to do. I need the supplies. What's this place? My shop. I'm a cooper. I make barrels. Why? You is one of the caravans? Because if you are, then you've no business with me until you've traded words and gold with Baldur. He's the one to speak to, not I. If you and I had business, why would I need to speak to Baldur? Why? Because my business is Baldur's business. He's the council representative for Lonelywood. So, as council representative, Baldur has taken upon himself to represent all the tradesmen of Lonelywood in dealing with the caravan. Profitable position. I still see no reason as to why Baldur should have taken such a role. Well, profit goes to those sharp enough and quick enough to see an opportunity. Yes, well, it hurts when honest labor brings you less in the world than those of who would exploit the opportunity. It does. Then you should stand up to him and tell him you need him no longer. That would only serve to ruin me. The few contracts Baldur tosses my way is all that keeps my family fed and the roofs over our head. The moment I raise my voice against Baldur's generosity, he will see to it I never see another caravan contract again. Surely he would have just cast you out. There must be room for bargaining. No, Baldur prefers to settle matters quickly and quietly. He finds bargaining tiring, and in truth, he is poor at it. But don't take it at my word. The other representatives of the 10 towns knows it as well. I don't see how he'd benefit from casting out the only Cooper in town in a situation like that, but oh well. What do you mean? When the towns heard the troubles with the barbarians, they sent their own speaker to deal with the tribes rather than chance of war with Baldur's diplomatic skills. When was this? Not long before you arrived. He was a tall man, a southerner like yourself, wearing fine clothes and a patch over one eye. He stayed with Baldur for a few nights and left. At first, I thought he was a merchant, but he spoke to none of the other tradesmen in town, including myself. How did you know he was from the 10 towns then? Well, I had assumed as much. Why else would he be here? Okay. What can you tell me of the barbarian threat? Yes, rumor has it that they're preparing for war. Their numbers are said to be great. Much more than the 10 towns can hope to defeat. If they fall upon us, the battle shall be a short one. But enough about what might be. If there's nothing else you need, I have work to do. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
I think I'm acknowledged.
Where the hell did I place those tongs? Okay. What's in here? It's locked.
Point me. No problem.
Oh, I can't close that door. I don't know how really thieving works in these games, whether characters need to have a line of sight to you or... Ooh. Boots! Boots of the North? Yep, the Frost's Embrace. Stranded by his company for a sack of gold, Davior the Frozen was left for dead in the midst of the great glacier. His dying curse echoed across the barren wasteland to the ear of Auril, goddess of winter. She smiled upon him, and his bare body was protected and preserved by his newly enchanted boots of the north. With them he crossed the ice land in pursuit of his would-be murderers. Driven by rage, Davior took his revenge upon his previous friends as they warmed themselves in a tavern of the closest city. After his thirst for blood was quenched, he continued to travel the frozen lands, never to be seen again. Cold resistance, plus 50%. It's pretty nice. I guess you could wear those.
I am prepared. I hope, yes?
Do you have anything else around here which I might want to acquire? No? Okay.
I'm on it. Acknowledged.
Well, I guess that explains why there's so many barrels around the place. They don't just import them, they also export them. What's in here? Ah, a tavern. Stupid Tybalt. Tybalt?
Agreed.
Who are you? What have you been wanting, stranger? Can't you see I'm immune to me cups? You look like you've seen battle recently. Aye, well, it's about a week hence. Know ye of the barbarian camp east of here? Yeah, I've heard they're close by. Well, me and my friends were sent by the clan to scout the camp. Damn savages spot us and set on us like a pack of dogs. We were backed against a bluff with nowhere to run. We knew we were trapped, so we had at them. If we were to die, we were not to die alone. All me fellows fell to those savages' blades. I knew me time had come and I'd steady myself for their blows. Sudden like, this deep voice booms out and they steps back. A giant of a man comes forward and glares at me. Must have been 7 feet tall, and he was wearing the markings of a king. Carried a double-bladed axe bigger than myself. Well, next, he raises the axe and swings at me. Almost had me too. He was so fast with the blade, I barely raised my shield in time to block the blow. Last thing I remember was my shield shattering and me falling from the bluff. I walk up in a pile of broken branches in the trees below. They must have broken before. I bandaged myself up and limped into town. Been here ever since. Anything you can tell me about them? Not a thing. Me and my fellows never made it to the camp proper. Plenty of guards and alert as well. What do you intend to do next? As soon as I be fit to travel, I'll be reporting back to the clan. It'd be up to the clan elders what course we take next. Until then, I'm mourning the loss of my fellows. Okay? What about you? Halfling man. Ah, there you are. I was beginning to wonder if I had the right place. Hail, well met and all that rubbish. Named Stubbletoes, Hobart Stubbletoes. Unless I'm mistaken, you must be the legendary heroes of Icewind Dale, yes? I think this is the, Charles and Luremaster. Yes. I've come a long way to find you. If you are in fact heroes, so I'm sure you'd be interested in undertaking a dangerous yet potentially rewarding mission. That is, after all, the sort of thing you heroes do, right? What was it? There's a ruined castle I know of, not far from here. Men whisper that great treasures wait inside, guarded by fell beasts and devious traps. All who have entered here have, well, died. I suppose it's haunted as well. Now, where is it? I can't tell you. I can show you, though. Listen, if you come with me, you can see for yourself. Make some money, save a few people from an awful fate, and make some washed-up bard write a... Well, maybe some washed-up bard will write a pretty song about it. What do you say? Why do you want us to come with you? Yeah, I can see the wheels turning in your mind. Maybe you're clever enough. I'm in this purely for the profit. Frugal man can live quite well off of the scraps of adventurers. Nothing wrong with that, eh? Not right now. Yeah, you're useless. Might be some real heroes and there might be some gold in it for you. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that's Charles the Luremaster. Well, we'll wait on that, I guess. What's this? Well, look here, Master Kieran. It seems that Lady Tymora has blessed your coffers with this season after all. This hardy band of brave-looking souls will surely keep your kegs flowing well into the night. Right now we need information. As you wish, what do you wish to know? What do you know about barbarians? 'Tis no rumour. There have been numerous reports of a huge army of tribesmen moving southward into the Dale. I assure you, the threat to the barbarians posed to Lonelywood and the rest of the towns is very real. I heard a camp nearby. Can't say that I do. Okay. What about Lonelywood? Isn't much to tell, really. Lonelywood is the northernmost of the 10 towns. It's also one of the smallest settlements in the Dale. The folk that live here are mostly common tradesmen seeking to earn a living away from the fierce competition between the larger towns. Okay. There's no blacksmiths in town, but Emmerich may be able to furnish you with weapons and equipment. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Who are you? Who are you? Amber done. Just Amber will do. How did you get here? Are you here with one of the caravans? You Haley's mother? Haley, that thrice damn girl. Can't a day go by without that brat getting herself into trouble? Entirely too much of her idiot father in her. Yeah, never mind that. What do you know about threat? What threat? Ha, there's no threat. Worst that had happened is the Northmen come burn this wretched little town to the ground. Best thing that could happen to the place, if you ask me. You care nothing for your homely family? My family? We're already dead. Another death will not matter. Now, enough of this talk of barbarians in this damn town. If you won't have a drink, then leave me to mine. Okay. Stuck. Well met, strangers. Welcome to the Whistling Gallows Inn. I'm Kieran Nye, proprietor of this fine establishment. How may I be of service? Few questions? Certainly. What do you wish to know? Your accent sounds strange. Are you from around here? You have a keen ear, my observant guest. I am from far south, from Tethia to be precise. However, I have always admired the rustic beauty of the northern frontier, so I chose to make Lonelywood my new home. Ah, must have been quite a journey. Whistling Gallows, strange name. Ah, it is strange, yet well deserved. You see, the original owner of this inn was a less than reputable man who... Man? Skeld was no man, he was a brutal savage, a half-ogre. He took pleasure in beating unruly patrons within an inch of their lives. Those who had the misfortune of truly upsetting the brute found themselves dancing at the end of a rope. Half-human, half-ogre, or half-orc, half-ogre? Oh well. Yes, Tid said he was fond of using that dead tree out front as a sort of impromptu gallows. Back then, the inn was known as Skeld's Place. However, it didn't take long for the word of Skeld's cruelty to spread. Indeed, many a traveller that lodged here at the inn spent a sleepless night lying in bed, listening to the eerie sound of the cold winter wind as it whistled through the frozen corpses dangling from the tree outside. However, that unfortunate business is all in the past. Skeld is dead and buried, and now I am the proprietor of this inn. 'Tis the only legacy that remains of Skeld's brief yet brutal tenure in the establishment's name, the Whistling Gallows Inn. I see. Sure, how about a drink? What have you got? Okay, just a bunch. You don't have any actual items or whatever I'd be interested in.
My duty is clear. I await your orders. I'm on it.
What's down here? Is that a mirror? That's a big mirror. That's locked. Storeroom.
I'm first. On it.
Ooh. There's a cloak in there. And apparently I just found a secret passage. Robe of the neutral Archmagi. 5% magic resistance, +1 saving throw. Okay, it's not anything amazing, but
Go ahead.
Fight time. That's easy.
the portal is apparently more than that. What's this? Atop this small pedestal rests a solid globe of crystal. A strange bluish glow radiates from the globe. Various reagents and bits of arcane lore clutter this table. Odd. There's a spell there. 7 eyes. The spell conjures forth 7 magical orbs that float in a ring around the caster's head. Each eye has a defensive and offensive ability, though once each one is used, the eye will lose its power. Any subsequent castings of 7 eyes will fail if cast before the expiration time, whether or not any eyes remain. The power of each eye is described below. Eye of the Mind. This orb protects the caster against mental attacks, such as charm, emotion, and fear. May be expended at the first levels. May be expended as the first level wizard spell Charm Person. Eye of the Sword.
I grow weary.
This eye deflects the first physical damaging attack that strikes a caster.
Must have rest.
The eye may be expended as first level wizard spell Magic Missile. Mage
Can't continue to fight.
absorbs 1 manifestation of fire, electrical, cold, or acid damage. This eye can also be expended as 3rd level wizard spell Lightning Bolt. Eye of Venom. This eye holds any one attack or effect that could poison the caster. Can be used to poison one creature, dealing 30 points of damage over a period of 30 seconds. Eye of the Spirit. This eye blocks one instant death magic attack. Death spell, Finger of Death, power word, killing, slay, living, destruction. The wizard may instead choose to expend the eye's power as a ray of enfeeblement, dropping a target's strength to 5, reducing its chance to hit and the damage it deals. Eye of Fortitude. This eye blocks one stunning, deafness, blindness, or silence effect. May alternatively be expended as a 4th level wizard spell Shout. Eye of Stone. This eye shields the caster from a single petrification attack. It can also be used as a 3rd level wizard spell Hold Person. And again, you can't cast it even if you've used all of them. That's a level 7 spell. I think you'll learn that. Sounds like it could be useful. Eye of the Beholder. Yeah, it is rather. Just... Oh, I can't memorize that. Okay. Well.
Your command?
Handy to have, I guess.
I think I'm ready.
Anything in these crates? No? Ooh, ooh. Hang on. Okay, so I can highlight doors, but I can't highlight, storage.
Yes.
Summon a mage here? I would like to purchase some spells, if so.
I am prepared. Acknowledged.
Why is there a door hidden behind a mirror in your bedroom? Lower your voice, please. I've gone to great lengths to keep that room a secret. Behind this door are the remnants of a life I wish to leave behind. Do you understand? No, I don't. What are you talking about? I see you won't be satisfied until you pry this secret from me. Very well, if you must know. I am an exile from an organization so paranoid and extreme that they would slay me for daring to break from their tentacular grasp. No. Red Wizards? This organization is known as the Host Tower of the Arcane. No. Based in Luskan, they are a group of malefic wizards bent on gaining personal power at all costs. I quickly grew tired of their scheming and deigned to leave. We fought against them in Neverwinter Nights when we visited Luskan during the main campaign. Even now they search for me. I hide here in the hope that I can lead a life as carefree as these settlers. Please, my friend, do not tell a soul of my past. Sure. In exchange for your silence, you have my eternal gratitude. In addition, I can give you access to some rare and powerful magical devices I have gathered over the years. Nice! What have we got? Dagger of Safe Harbor. The mage Golwyn was a seafaring merchant who always respected the mighty power of the ocean. He had seen many of his crewmates go flying overboard during horrible storms, lost in a split second of fear. For that reason, he developed his now famous blade, the Dagger of Safe Harbor. The weapon saved Golwyn's life on at least 3 occasions. When he retired from the life at sea, he gave this weapon to a friend from Mintan named Volker. It always comes back to Luskan, almost out, and they keep pulling him back in. I like that the game does reference these places. I think every location these games reference, no matter how small in, like, the descriptions of items, are actual places in the setting, but a lot of them I'd have no idea where they are. 1d4 plus 3, Thaco plus 3. Can cast Otterlook's Resilient Sphere on a caster once per day. Zilzanzer's Magnificent Dart. The eccentric master wizard Zilzanzer, we saw a spear of his, well known for his Ring of the Gorgon, was also the creator of a number of small magical missile weapons. Zilzanzer's magnificent darts were sold to many of the wizard's colleagues. Unlike many of Zilzanzer's other creations, his darts actually performed as he intended them to. He created a great number of the darts before his untimely demise. Okay, it's plus 2. Can throw up to 5 of them in a single round, regardless of class. It's pretty nice. What's this? Zane Lafar's Flying Skull. Zane Lafar, a mad red wizard of Thay, was known for turning the skulls of his slain enemies into weapons. His most common weapon was known as the Flying Skull. In essence, the item is not much different from the spell Skull Trap, but it is meant to be used offensively instead of defensively. Zane Lafar died in 913 DR, long before he had time to use even half of his enchanted skulls. They were claimed by his foes and a paladin and priest of Helm. They intended to destroy the items, but at least 40 were stolen by crafty thieves on the way back to Sembia. When thrown at a target, the skull shrieks forth and explodes for 48 damage, harming everyone within 5 feet. Victims can make a saving throw versus breath to take half damage. Okay. He's got 8 of them, apparently. Thrim extract. Thick liquid is harvested and distilled from the glands of dead polar worms. That's, Remuraz. It is the substance that helps keep the huge creatures warm in the desolate north. Drinking the liquid straight from the creature's body is almost always fatal, so alchemists attempt to distill the substance until it is relatively safe to consume. Even if in its current state, however, it can still be deadly. Yeah, polar worms, or remuraz, are... they're more like giant centipedes than worms. They've got legs. They've got big wings attached to their bodies as well. They lie buried under the snow, and then when creatures come nearby, they unearth themselves from the snow, and the backs of them, their backs heat up, and they roll over to try and burn and kill their prey. Well, maybe we'll see some. I know they're in Icewind Dale too. If the user fails to save versus death at -4, they take 48 points of fire damage. If the user makes his or her save, their cold resistance is set to 100% for 4 rounds. Right? Jamison Sling. Powerful gnomish hero. Oh, Jamison uses this sling and he's used this sling in his numerous battles with the ogres and goblins that infested his homeland. Jamison was the head of a famous band of gnomish adventurers called the Sons of Green Hills. The sons are heroes to most gnomes and live on in various folk songs and legends. Jamison's sling was buried with him when he died of old age in 848 DR. It's believed that human thieves plundered his grave several years later, around 890 DR. Okay. It's a +4 sling. That's pretty good. No other restrictions? Nope. I might get that. Magic missile, chromatic orb, blur. I would like a 5th level spell. Do you have one? You do. Lower resistance. May attempt to lower the magic resistance of a target creature. I'd want that. Contact other plane. Nature of the divination's oriented around knowledge of powerful foes, magic items, and spells. That sounds interesting. I don't know how that spell would function. Shout grants the wizard tremendous vocal powers, allowing him to emit an ear-splitting roar from his mouth in a cone-shaped area of effect 30 feet long and 10 feet in diameter at its furthest point. Any creature within this area of effect is deafened for 2d6 rounds and suffers 4d6 points of damage. Successful saving throw for the spell negates his deafness and reduces the damage by half. Guess I'll get that. Chorlish Fortitude. Regenerate 5 hit points per round. Yeah, sure. Abby Daltham's Horrid Wilting. This spell evaporates moisture from the bodies of every living creature within the area of effect, inflicting 1d8 damage per level of the caster. Affected creatures are allowed a saving throw versus spell for half damage. Water-using dwelling creatures are instantly destroyed if they fail the saving throws. Half damage if successful. That is a level 8 spell. And there's a gem bag too. And a scroll bag. Another one. Very good. Get that and the potion bag. Well, we can come back for things if I need them. Do I want that? That's a +3. Not really. That casts that once per day, which is nice. Not limited charges. Slings 23,000. I do have enough. Yeah, I'll get that. Okay, what have you got as a sling? Sling +1. Yep. That's a fine upgrade. Though you do have that cursed dagger, so you're not able to make use of it, so you can have it. There we go. I guess you can have these bullets as well. I'll have to purchase some more. Okay. I guess we can sell those at some point.
Yes? Let me know what you want.
Right.
Acknowledged.
Looking at the time, I see things have gone quite a bit longer than I intended, so we'll save there. And we'll continue with Heart of Winter next time. Yes, just as Kimmits heads off to bed, I have about the same idea. So yeah. Bit shorter, but hey. We'll continue with this next time. Well, thank you very much for joining. I hope you join me again next time.